All praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Bakar Kudash. Double honors to the apostle, elders of Green Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to all the Akim doing pushing his word in sincerity and truth worldwide, and a sincere shalom to the elect. Now, once again, to this video here, this lady was talking about, flee out of Babylon and all this stuff, and she was talking about, standing up as a community. This is why Psalms chapter 49 and 11 says what it says. Their inward thought, and we'll get the scripture, is that their house shall continue forever, but the Lord has purposed for this place destruction. Okay, this place is a wicked place. There's no healing this place. That's why I said in this video here, shall not heal her. Okay, there's no healing this place. There's no protesting and protesting against the governments that be to try and heal this place and bring people rights and all that bullshit. The Lord has determined that this is a part of his movie, man, that Babylon shall be destroyed. Okay, so let's get that scripture real quick. Psalms 49:11, because she was talking about saving, building a community in that type of mindset. She's saying if you're not black, if you're black, if you're gay, all this stuff, you better get out. Well, we already know what's about to happen, man. These concentration camps, scriptures speak about Jacob's trouble. All right, so it is what it is, man. We already see the prophecy. We already know. And the Lord is not going to heal this place. This place is done. Okay? It's cooked. That's why the scriptures tell you that Esau is the end and Jacob is the beginning that followeth. Psalms 49:11, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Okay? Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. So they're thinking that this is going to continue forever, just like how society is. People are waking up, going to work. Well, guess what? The scripture said that the grinding shall cease. Okay? They think that they're going to continue in their wickedness and doing, what they've been doing for the short time that they have. But scripture say just like Sodom and Gomorrah was overthrown, so is here going to be overthrown. Okay? That unrighteousness shall be put out. So let's go into Isaiah, because I said, you know what, let's just do this backwards here, because I was going to do Jeremiah and all the way down, but then, I said, let's just do it this way. So Isaiah chapter 13, verse 1, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that it may go into the gates of the noble. Right, we're out there on the highways and byways with the Bible, okay, the true standard on how man should live, okay, how us Israelites should be living, and we're cursing them off. Shake the hand, okay, we're cursing them off and telling them off by the scriptures, by the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Look, you guys going off. You know what I mean? You guys are doing this. You guys are doing that. In Psalms chapter 51, in the NLT, it says that scripture says, while you were doing this, he thought as I was all together as one as yourself. But when you go into the NLT, at the end of it, it says, we are listing all charges against you. Okay? I am roughly phrasing, listing my charges against you. Okay? So that's what we're doing out here. We're cursing them out, telling them, hey, the Lord is going to destroy this place. All wickedness is going to be put out. All your little, nasty habits that you have, can't even say the words, but all of that's going to be put out of the world too. Okay? And righteousness is going to be the king. Okay? at the end of the day. Let me just say it like that. Verse 3, I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Yahweh of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle. They come from a far country, from the ends of heaven, even Yahweh, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Right, and this whole land here is going to be destroyed. America, okay? Salakia. Babylon is going to be destroyed. The whole land of Babylon is going to be destroyed. America, okay? And the Lord is going to do what? They come from a far country, from the ends of heaven, okay? Even Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. When you go into that word indignation, it's going into righteous anger, okay? And this is why the Lord said that he created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. It's going into those nuclear weapons, okay? Howl ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh cruel, with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Okay, yeah, because remember in the time of Sodom and Gomorrah, the wicked things that they were doing, even in the time of Noah, and they scoffed at Noah, scorned at him. Jeremiah chapter 28 and 8 tells you that, the Lord will send these prophets basically before that destruction. And what are we doing right now? We're giving you the warning out there on the highways and byways before the destruction, the thermonuclear destruction cometh, plus the chariots, the angels going to be getting down, right? And we're giving that warning. We're calling out to our, really we're calling out to the elect, because the elect are the ones who are going to, hear this, consider it, and do the work, do the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, so they don't receive that punishment, okay? They don't take part in that punishment, because what? All the sinners, right, thereof, he's going to destroy, man, okay? For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Remember, Lord said that in Job, knowing not that the triumph of the wicked is but for a moment, short time. The scriptures in Revelation tell you that he must go for that little season and deceive, and then the Lord is gonna, call it quits, wrap it up, and multitude of things are gonna start happening, which we're already seeing. Okay, I will make a man more precious than fine gold. Which man? Okay, Israelite man, and chiefly, the ones that are gonna be that governing body, the elect. Okay, not any regular day man. Okay, a man that was a man that was purifying himself. A man that was seeking Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, a man that was preaching the 100% truth. Okay, one of the elect. Okay, even a man, than the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore, I will shake the heavens and the earth. Slakia. Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of Yahweh of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as a chase roll, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land. Every one that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. And Esau, 2/3 of Jake, they join hand in hand with Esau. Okay, these other nations, they're waking up. They've drank that Babylon juice. They're waking up from that headache from that party. The ones that are in this land, and they're like, this ain't no American dream. Okay, get the fuck out of here. I'm going back to and you're seeing that by the herds. A lot of these people are leaving, going back to China, going back to India, going back to all these other places, coming here. The ones that came here thinking that this was a glorious place. And now they've gone back, packing their bags. We're leaving. This bitch is about to be destroyed. Okay? But 2/3 of Israel, they're joining hand in hand with this man, and you're going to go down with him. Okay? Thinking that this place is going to continue forever. The children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled. Their wives shall be ravished. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. Remember in Ezekiel chapter 38, Lord said that he'll put hooks in their jaws. And these Russians, when these Gerber troops and these UN and all these people come here, you go see something. Remember, this is the land of unwalled village, the land of unwalled villages, roughly phrasing. Okay, wait till they touch shore, because you are in another man's land. Okay, occupying another man's land. Wait till they turn on you. Okay, and them Russians, them Russians and Albanians, you know what I mean? Just the other world, the Iranians, Ishmael, they're rough. Okay, they're rough. Over here, Esau, likes to, what's the word, spoil, you know what I mean? With his wicked agenda and his wicked ways. But them, no, man. No. They grow up rough, okay, rough. The oil will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of thy womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Just like how, you see Esau, Edom in these war movies, and they go over to places, the World War II, World War I, and all these things, and you see the wickedness that Esau, the Americans, okay, let me say it like that, we're doing in a lot of these countries, raping these women, shooting the kids, you know what I mean? Hey, you did it, it's going to happen to you, man. Thus saith the Lord, okay? In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldeans, the excellency shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there. And after a while that fire goes down, okay, tells you in Baruch the screech owl, I'm gonna get that real quick actually. Let me see that in Baruch chapter 4. Baruch chapter 4 and verse 35. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. Okay, it's going into the screech owl in That's also in Isaiah, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see here again. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 14 or 24. Let's see, 24. No, I don't think it's 24. Yeah, I forgot which. I know it's anyways, let me see something real quick. No. Anyways, let's go back to the scriptures here. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures. The owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there, and the wild beasts of the isles shall cry in their desolate houses, and the dragons in their pleasant places. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So the Lord is not going to hold this back. The Lord is going to do this. Okay, the Lord has purposed this. Okay, and when this place is destroyed, it's going to burn for a while. It's going to burn for a good while, but not forever. But a good while. And then after that, those doleful creatures shall dwell there. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. See, that whole, Belfort Act, that's how you know that's a fraud, man. Because the Lord is the one who's going to do this, okay? And how is he going to do that? With these chariots, right? Going to deliver the elect, get those new bodies, and they're going to be coming down. And they're going to set up, the kingdom. They're going to start to, bring forth children, have subjection, have these other nations under subjection, right? So continuing, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. Hold on a second. Yep. Okay. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captive, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Exactly what it's talking about. After we, get those new bodies, we come down, just like it says in Jeremiah 16 and 16, fishers of men now, but in those days, hunters. We're going to go into those rocks and the cliffs of the mountains, meaning, metaphorically, or meaning the bunkers, right? We're going to draw out those elites. We're going to tell them work by their goddamn teeth. These other nations too, they shall be gathered up, and we going to start ruling over them. And, hey, you're doing this. You guys go clean that land up. You guys go pick up the dead bodies. Hey, shut up. Start building, start digging, okay? This is why the Lord said that, all those weapons going to be burnt up. Right now, they're taking, as in Joel tells them that beat your plowshares into pruning hooks, or beat your pruning hooks into spears. But in that day, it's going to be the reversal. Okay, that's how we know that those people are not the people of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay, let me see here. Hold up a second. I can't find it right here. Yeah, it's here. It's Slakia. Mm-hmm. And you shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Okay? And nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. That's how we know that those people are not the people in that land. Okay? So going back into this, or is I 14? And we're going to take captive over all these people who we were subjected to, okay? Chiefly Esau, Edom, okay? But all you nations are going to be underneath our feet. And it shall come to pass, verse 3, in the day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, that thou shalt take up this parable against the king of Babylon, and say, how long have the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath, Salakia, with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole world is at rest, and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellers come up against us. Okay? And a feller is somebody who's cutting down trees. Okay, an arborist, right? A man who's out there cutting down trees and whatnot. So in that day, everything is going to break forth into singing. The birds, the trees, the water, everything, when this man is taken down. So the Lord's determination, once again, going back into the scriptures of prophecy, is saying, is the Lord is going to destroy this place. He's not going to heal it. He's not going to make it great again. Megas. You know what I'm saying? He's going to destroy this bitch. Okay? You know, that blood that defiled the land, the one that shed it, his blood is got to get shed. Also, too, he that destroyed the world, right? You should be destroyed, okay? Revelation chapter 18, if I'm not mistaken, or Revelation 11 and 18. Anyways, Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 1. Thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. And that destroying wind is going into that beast of destruction, the nuclear weapons, man. Okay, that when that goes off, that blanket of fire clean dissolves whatever is touching, man. Okay. Continuing, and I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Remember, they're gonna launch their Revelation, was that 17 and 16? Okay. Continuing, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted up himself in his brigandine, and ye Salakia, and spear ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, Babylon, and they that are thrust through in her streets. For Israel have been, Slakia, for Israel have not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power, of Yahweh of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, meaning your mindset, okay, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquities, Slakia, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, of Yahweh's vengeance, his indignation, his righteous anger is going to befall this place. He will render unto her a recompense. Verse 7, Babylon had been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad. Yeah, they're waking up, from this party, this reckless Babylonian party, and they're drunken that juice, those philosophies. Okay, and they're woken up. This ain't This ain't no dream. This is a terrible nightmare. Okay? Babylon had been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. Okay? This place is going down. The Lord has sanctioned this place to be destroyed. Okay? And these nations, they're gonna launch those fucking nukes on this bitch. Okay? The EU and all the rest, you know, that the Lord has prescribed to launch those nukes. This place is gonna be done. It's gonna be finished. It's gonna be cooked. Okay? And this is all prophecy. So this lady talking about, you know, come out of her protests and all this bullshit. It's not gonna save this place. Okay? None of those things are gonna save this place. Thus saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And with that, all praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh. Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to Allah Akim doing, pushing his word in sincerity and truth worldwide, and the sincere shalom to the elect. I hope you're edified. Abad Babam.